But he understood that the intelligent people were there in the Freemasons group, because Travancore king had also belief in those sort of things, and not the god.
As well as the Illuminati people's thing.
Yeah, family had relation with Kadamattadu Kathanar. The Eli Lilly company started adding artificial insulin in these medicines. The anthrax virus was actually sent in India by US people through a letter.
What?
Through a letter, you know. What if I say that America loves Nazis? So the thing that we are seeing rightly now is not the original thing happening. Lord Shiva looks in this form, or the Lord Krishna looks in this form. Who said these things?
I think the older people's...
No. This was actually painted by the rulers of Tiruvidankor were actually members of Freemasons. Shape-shifting humans. And they are what? Reptilian humans.
I think they are the audience.
I was coming to that point. And take the oil from it. And that oil is poured into their ear. And then they become reptilian humans. So out of fascination, I will go and check. This was only having 3 legs. What's happened to it? Then when I go, it should come. But I know one particular types of reptilian human. They are those who in morning walk like human, and in night they will drink liquor and then they are reptilian human. It's gonna be tragic.
Yeah.
Because they are very much powerful people.
Hello guys, welcome back to the podcast, and it's a dark horror feel now, isn't it? So in this podcast we are just dealing about the Illuminati and the Freemasons topic. As we are starting from that,
the ambience is also right
like
for
something like horror feel. I think you can visually, I don't know how visually we can create it like that. So we just overall many other light and something to create that much ambience. Following that, I think our sound also get things more better than the earlier things. We also upgraded our mic, as well as it's a rainy, and I think the Kerala's monsoon already gets started. Before even that officially starting.
Yeah.
Because now it's the
27th May was the date
that they announced. But before
arrived one week ago.
They already arrived, and we have this. I think it is the perfect time and scenario to record to tell that what exactly the Illuminati and behind the scenes of that, and how it started, and what it's going, and some of the crazy movies that put forward by about such topic. And we are also concluding with what happened in Kerala. Is there any leftovers of the Illuminati right now in this world? So that's what we are talking. So Siddharth, what is the basic or the root cause of Illuminati? So how we want to start, or where we want to start from that?
The origin of Illuminati. Actually, Illuminati is just one of the secret societies, you know. But it rose into prominence because of its secret or many of the satanic rituals that they play in Illuminati. There are many other secret societies like Freemasons. Freemasons is also a secret society, and actually it was started years ago than the Illuminati. So Freemason is older compared to Illuminati.
I think it started before the World War.
Before the World War, yeah. These all started before the World War, including Illuminati also started before the World War. And currently we have Freemason buildings in India too. For example, we have one in Kollam. Freemasons building, we have one in Kollam. It's called the Grand Lodge of Kerala. We have one in. So because they started these buildings so that they can include members into this group, Freemason group. So Freemason group is all about, the word Freemasons means those who work with rocks in order to build buildings and all. They're the Freemasons. Like we in our colloquial language, we say the Kalpani, or the masonry.
People who make craving the rocks.
Yeah, rocks for building structures.
Not for Shilpi or
These are for buildings, grand buildings, because in medieval time, in the ancient time, we have, there are many big structures in European regions, big churches, big the forts, palaces. So these all were built by architects of that time, and they were very brilliant. So they started having societies, because for them, for exchanging ideas, for building new structures. So because they were so intelligent, and they wanted to reshape the current political scenario of their countries. So they started having their own societies.
So in order to make strengthen.
Yeah, in order to strengthen their capacity, and also at the same time they wanted to play a major role in the politics of that country.
That's what happened.
Because these whole countries were ruled by kings. So they were fed up with these kings, the monarchical rule. They were fed up with this rule, and they started to have power in their hands. So they started having these societies. And the first society is considered as Freemasons. The Freemasons started spreading to many other countries, including India. And one of the first Freemason building was in Kollam. Because they, because Kollam was a big port city at that time. Many colonial
so many
rulers,
of them are just arrived there.
Yeah, just arrived there. So they wanted to spread. They wanted to spread their, ideologies and all.
Like Corona.
Exactly, like Corona. They wanted to spread their ideologies, and they started building. They had a Freemason building at Kollam. Similarly, they have one at Chennai. Because Chennai was also a similar grand port city. It was the capital of, it was the capital of Madras presidency. We have one in Chennai. And we had one in Calcutta, because it was the capital of British India. Capital of British India till 1911. Calcutta was the the capital. And then later, when the capital was shifted to Delhi, they started having a building in Delhi also. And that is called the Grand Masonic Lodge of India. Grand Masonic Lodge of India. Recently, when I was doing internship in Delhi last month, I went there to visit all these things. So they have some, I won't say satanic rituals, but some sort of,
we can relate with that.
Yeah, in a way. I mean, those rituals we are not very familiar with. Means
the way that they treat.
The way we go to temples or churches, the prayers and other things are related more to the God. So I mean, the rituals that show affection toward God, or we pray to God. I mean, we know someone there is, powerful above us who is guarding us, the God-like structures, But the rituals that they follow are very much different. So that's what Freemasons. And coming to Illuminati, so as I have earlier said, Freemasons were the first secret society. Means one of the first secret societies. Later, when Illuminati group was started, Illuminati group was started because, so there was a guy named Adam Weishaupt. He was a Bavaria by citizenship. Means Bavaria means the current Germany. He was a very brilliant boy, He was a very brilliant guy, and at his childhood age itself, his father and mother died. He was later adopted by his relative, and then when he started
by a teacher or something.
Then he was adopted by his teacher. His teacher was also an exceptional guy. He had a big library at his home, and when he was adopted by him, he got exposure to that library, and he started reading those books at his young age, just like Shashi Tharoor. Because he wrote his first book at the age of 6. Shashi Tharoor wrote his first book at the age of 6. He was such a brilliant guy, like him, he was also got exposure with these libraries and books, and he started gaining knowledge at that young age. Then he understood that the rule of the current Bavaria king of the kingdom was ruled by a king. The rule done by him was very much pathetic, He was very selfish. He hadn't shown empathy towards the local people there. So he wanted to change the political structure of that country.
King treat.
So he decided to have a group. So he understood that in order to change the current political system, the group should include, intelligent people, ideologically rich people. Means they wanted to share this knowledge to everyone, right? So in order to share a particular ideology to everyone, the leaders should be very much intelligent, just like how our politicians are doing, right? I won't say every politicians are intelligent, but of course there are still many people out there. So he started acquiring people into his society. At that time, the society had no name like Illuminati, it was just a society. So he was thinking of where to acquire people from.
Doesn't know.
He wasn't aware of that. So he understood that there's already a society. and that's called the Freemasons.
Freemasons.
The Freemason society was already rich with people, you know. They were very with intelligent people. Already they very much intelligent people were in Freemasons.
All these people are also acquired knowledge by the means of these books or some other kind.
No, they were, I mean, they were already very, very rich businessmen.
Oh.
They were teachers.
Oh.
They were priests.
Oh. Yeah.
So they had gained knowledge from their own ways. You know, their own ways.
There might be a chance that the Freemasons people wrote the book and written by the Illuminati guy.
Yeah, maybe he would have read that particular book by maybe, yeah. But he understood that the intelligent people were there in the Freemasons group, and he started acquiring the Freemason people into the Illuminati. So he went and said to all these people that I am thinking of to create a new society, and the society will be having rituals, you know, very much different from the current ritual, the current Christian society. It is a Christian society, you know, Bavaria is a Christian society. So there will be rituals very much different from that particular thing, and people out of what to say, they had to feel that change.
What exactly happened there?
Exactly happening there. They wanted to know more about this society, so they started to coming into the new group built by Adam Bishop, and then they started ruling that particular provisions of that country by their own, the people of this group. And the king of Bavaria understood that if he is not doing anything,
then his chance gonna be.
Then his rule will be end soon, and this society will be ruling the whole country slowly. Then he said, "I am banning this society." Then the king banned the society, and later, similarly in India, V.D. Savarkar, he had a group called Abhinava Bharat Society, and when Britishers banned that society, he started having an underground society. You know, similarly, this Adam Bishop also started having an underground society, and that society later became a secret society. Secret society. And that secret society.
At that time, they not were called as Illuminati.
No. And later the people started calling by the name of Illuminati, because Illuminati, you know, the term represents knowledge, power, you know, and also, you know, for every symbols and signs, the Illuminati is very much aligned with many symbols and signs. And the one particular symbol is the eye symbol. And that
is always seeing what we are doing.
Yeah, of course. Whatever we are doing,
might be a chance.
Of course. Similarly, we believers in God, we think that God is looking us.
Whatever we are doing, the God will be looking, and whatever we are doing right, the God will treating us like that, and whatever we are doing wrong, the God will be treating us like that.
Just like we are believing this, Illuminati people had a thinking that a power other than God is looking them. A power other than the God. So that particular eye is connected with Illuminati. So that eye represents power. You know, everything is under my control. So that is associated with the term Illuminati. Illuminated. Illuminated.
Okay.
The illuminated means full of light, full of knowledge. That's the meaning of the word. And that was the origin of the Illuminati society. Yeah.
Also, let's hear that these people were encouraged to pray the Satan, all because they believe that the praying to God is a lower efficient way than praying to Satan is more effective. So how that they become to that thought of mind from the God to Satan?
So the people started having that sort of mind because and one more thing, we are not sure whether the Illuminati people were praising the Satans or not. These are just conspiracies, you know. These are just conspiracies.
All of them are just even if you are searching with the online, you can see what they are exactly.
Of course, you know, we don't have any conclusive evidence to prove this. These are just circumstantial evidences. We are about reading the books written in that particular books, you know, because it was years ago. It was hundreds of years ago, and we are not
there
sure.
is nothing anyone raising about that. There are still Illuminatis. All we believe that there are something, and there is.
So they started having this sort of mindset because they understood that the king of the Bavaria, is a Christian by belief. he was a Christian by belief. So he was also praising the Jesus Christ or the Christian gods. Similarly, the Christians of that particular region were also praising the god. So the people had started having a mindset that the king is an evil ruler. He's not looking after the local people, but he's praising the god because he's also a Christian by birth. So the same god is praised by the local people also. So the local people understood that even the king and us are also praising the same god, but the god is giving power to only to the ruler. You know, why the god is not giving us power? That was the mindset they arrived with. So the local people understood that now we are going to pray to someone who is other than the god. Means always praising to God. God will not give us anything at that right moment. That was the belief of them. But we know the fact that God is just an energy. They will not come and give us anything
what we are asking.
For.
But it's a belief.
We have to do our part. Then God will also help us.
That's just a belief, but we want to do our part.
Of course. But these people started thinking that, so believing the God is not of any use. Now we will believe in Satan. Satan means the the opposite of goodness. There's no word called the Satan in those ages. They have very much different terms like the Lucifer.
That's what the movie in Malayalam
also. Lucifer is a fallen angel. He was an angel. Lucifer was an angel in the heaven, the abode of heaven. He was expelled from heaven, and he was sent to hell. And later he arose from hell. He arised from hell, and that is why we are calling Lucifer as a fallen angel.
And he also claimed as a good character.
I mean, during when he was a part of the heaven, he was a good part. He was a good person. But due to some mistakes that he committed in in heaven, he was expelled from heaven. And that is why we call him fallen angel. He was fallen out from the heaven. He's a fallen angel. So they started, praising the negative energy, the Satans, Lucifers, and they are saying that they got results suddenly, and that's what they are saying. I don't know. We don't have any evidence. So that's the emergence of why they started praising these sort of things.
Okay, I just heard about that. You already tell about that. In India, especially in Kerala, there are some leftovers of the Illuminati. So how that started, or is as an early movie called Brahmayugam, I think somehow we can relate it with some Satan Seva, but I don't know exactly how we can connect. Is there any connection between the Illuminati, Satan Seva, and Brahmayugam movie?
Actually, in Kerala, years ago, even during the time of Illuminati, we had those sort of things in Kerala. Because Kerala is full of rituals, black magics, everything, beliefs, different beliefs, superstitions. The term that we use in our local term is Vishwasangal. So these are all part of our culture. We can't just say these things are bad or these things are good, because these are a part of our culture. But many of those things are not adequate to our current scenario. For example, Sati. So actually, Sati was a good thing at that time.
Well, because some place to tell that it's a good thing.
Why I am saying it is a good thing? Because at that time, the rulers, the evil rulers, the Muslim rulers or the colonial rulers, they were attacking the widowed wives, widowed women. They were raping them. They were killing them. So in order to stop these things, the ladies they jumped into the fire
of her husband when he is died.
So that she can end her life.
Some have forcefully done, some they just mindfully done.
When Sati was originated, at that time all women had committed Sati their own. Later, when these systems changed, means there were no issues for them after, even though they became widowed, there is no one to attack them. They have the right to live, right? They don't have any problem.
Then they get the ideology that there is no need of that.
No need of that. But at that time, the women were free to do whatever things they had. They had the complete freedom. So at that time, in order to continue this custom, the people of that particular villages force these
them.
ladies to do this. So that is completely wrong, right?
Yeah.
If the lady has the right, that particular lady has the freedom to do whatever she needs, no one has the right to enforce her.
Yeah.
Because every individuals are different, you know. So that was the story with the sati. So we can't just say that it was good, it was bad, because it was because of the circumstances of that time.
They faced.
Similarly, in Kerala also we had something called the Chatan Seva. The Chatan Seva is what praising the Chatan means
Instead of God.
Instead of God means Chatan is actually
There are many branches.
you know, actually in Madhya Tiruvidampur region or the central Travancore region, Chatan is actually Ayyappan. We have something that Chatan is Ayyappan. Chatan is related to Ayyappan. But when we come to the southern part of the Travancore, Chatan means Vishnu Maya.
Okay.
He's a part of Vishnu. Because in Hinduism, we say that Vishnu is of 10 avatars, Dasha Avatara. 10 avatars. And some
If
of
doesn't know what
Kurma,
exactly is, then check the movie Kamala Hassan. Not much as good, but it's a simple example what exactly the 10 avatar means. Not the Avatar movie, general different.
Okay. Malsim, Kurmam, Varaham, you know, that sort of things. Other than this 10 avatars, Vishnu have many avatars. Thousands of avatars are there, but these are the famous ones. And that is why we call it as the Dashavatar. So this Chatan, Vishnumaya is also an avatar of Vishnu. Okay. So, but the Chatan that they praised were actually local deities. Local deities. And every villages had their own Chatans, you know. So one of the famous Chatan we see in the Brahmayugam film is all about the character Kudaman Poti. Similarly, we had someone called the Kunjaman Poti. The Kunjaman Poti lived in Kottayam, Alappuzha region. He was actually born in Mavelikara. Later, his illam got shifted to other place. So the king of the king of Travancore built a new illam for them. Because Travancore king had also belief in those sort of things.
Okay.
So in order to, you know, he was a Brahmin by birth, the Kunjaman Poti. As you say, the Potis are the Nambudiris in Kerala. So at that time, all rulers were very much, you know, affectionated towards these Brahmins. And because of that, he was the king of Travancore built a new illam for Kunjaman Poti, and he was settled back to Kottayam. And the Kunjaman Poti was a Chatan. You know, he was a Chatan lover because he always praised Chatan, because he was of the view that Chatan is the one who is giving everything to him and not the god.
As well as the Illuminati people's thing.
Yeah. Thought. So Kunjaman Poti is from a big family, you know, because that his family had relation with Kadamattathu Kathanar. They were friends. The relatives of, the forefathers of Kunjaman Poti were very much closer with Kadamattathu Kathanar.
But these people were actually praying the god.
Kadamattathu Kathanar.
But how they relate?
Kadamattattu Kathanar was very much fascinated towards with the beliefs of Chatan in Hindu culture.
As well as I just remember that when I was at the time of childhood, I just in Asian there was Asian to Surya, I just remember. There's a program, serial called Karamat Kathanar. I think it's about hosted at the time of 6 p.m. Half an hour show, daily watching.
I was very much, I had so much fear in seeing that particular thing because of the Kalyangattu Neeli.
And the illusions that they
created.
And the sound effects especially.
Sound effects, the song. That was very fascinating. So, he was actually, the Kadamattathu is actually a place in Ernakulam. We have Kadamattathu Palli in Ernakulam. His body is also there, means his dead body.
Original body.
We can't see particular.
I got it.
But that's a belief. In Kadamattam Palli, Kadamattattu Kathanar is cremated there.
I think we want to visit there.
Of course. We will visit there, and you just,
we'll show it. Check in the community post, we will be posting there.
And Kadamattattu Kathanar is whole another story. He has a big story.
We want to make an entire timeline for that.
For that particular thing, So, Kadamattattu Kathanar was very much fascinated towards the Chatan love of Kunjaman Poti. And they were very good friends. And Kadamattattu Kathanar has visited the Kunjaman Poti's illam many times. His illams have visited many times. and and that sort of dissonance these Kunjaman Illams had, that sort of powerful people they had. So we can't just relate Illuminati is part of these whole things, or the Kunjaman Poti was an Illuminati. We can't say that. But
that's another topic.
It's another topic. But he was the people living surrounding to the Kunjaman Illam had old age people have said that in some of the nights large screamings are heard from Kunjaman Poti's Illam, like women screaming. Because Kunjaman Poti was very much powerful, he was a what we say the Ojo board and other things stuff, so he was able to call back the dead people to do rituals and other things. So he was a powerful priest, Kunjaman Poti. So that sort of things are also a part of that sort of things are also part of our culture. In Kerala culture we have legendary priests like Kadamatti Dathanar, or like reformers. We have very very big temples, but at the same time we have a dark age also for Kerala, just like audience. We had audience in Palakkad. Still there are I don't know whether it's real or not, but
but I heard that after coming of the electricity back to the villages, they are left. Does they actually exist in this time?
That's actually a harder question, whether Illuminati are still there or not. But according to Embran film, Illuminati
they exist.
They exist. Qureshi Ebra exists. But of course, there are some sort of powerful rulers that are ruling us. That's what I believe. That's I would love to believe. Because in my mind, businessmen are actually the real Illuminatis, because they are ruling us in every manner.
Yes.
Like, for example, when you are hearing about soap. Which soap comes into your mind first? An international brand. So which brand do you think?
First come to the Pierce.
Pierce, of course. It's a brand. Now when you are thinking of a brush, and brush means toothpaste, which brand comes in your mind? Colgate. Colgate, of course. And next, when you are thinking of a product for shaving, which brand comes to your mind?
I think it's the Gillette.
Gillette, of course. So the one thing that comes, these are different brands that comes to your mind, right? These all things are manufactured by one company. That's a Unilever brand.
Unilever,
Some people say that Unilever people are actually part of Illuminati. Because
I think I just see some shorts or something like that behalf of that company.
Okay. Because these are the people are forcing us to use their things. Because these are the only things that we have, for the juice we drink. That's actually made of Unilever. When we are awaking morning, the brush that we are using, the toothpaste we are using, the thing that we are using for shaving, the thing that we are using for face wash, all are made by Unilever. So they are actually leaving us with no options other than to use their things. And one factor is other thing is, how diabetes came in India.
It's all behalf of the entry of rice.
But actually, it is not because of rice. The people started using antibiotics. I mean, different for which medicine, local medicine comes to your mind when you are thinking
paracetamol.
Paracetamol or Dolo. Actually, I'm not against paracetamol and Dolo, but similar to these medicines, during the early stages when India was a poor country, the people here were using different medicines. And there's one company called the Eli Lilly company started adding artificial insulin in these medicines. Artificial insulin, so that the people here becomes diabetic. The whole people becomes diabetic. How diabetics comes in our body, how it is affected when our pancreas stop producing insulin. Right. Insulin is the thing. For example, if we see diabetic, what medicine you are taking, he will say he is taking insulin. He is taking insulin shots. Right.
Okay. Right.
So when pancreas stops produces insulin, then we become diabetic patients. So when we are giving additional insulin, when I am okay, my body is free from sugar problem, I don't have any sort of things. But when if I start from tomorrow, when I start injecting insulin, then my pancreas will stop making insulin. Then I will naturally become a diabetic patient. Similarly, this Eli Lilly company had injected insulin into their medicines, and the whole people were actually given these medicines.
So that's the reason. That's a basic reason. I think India people are most
diabetic people.
So I just believe that the carbohydrates and some other things make me diabetic.
Similarly, the anthrax. The anthrax virus was actually sent in India by US people through a letter.
What?
Through a letter, When the people started reading the letter, anthrax viruses were there inside. And that's how anthrax came here.
So China is not the first of.
I mean, US is a powerful country. It have their own ways of, consolidating their power, different power. CIA. For example, let me say another thing. It's not related to Illuminati or all, but somewhat similar to. America was against Germany. Why? Because they were against Hitler. Hitler was a member of Nazi. And America is against Nazis, right? Because Nazis had killed Jews, and many of the Jews
were part of America.
But
I just already talked about some of the topics.
Because for example, Henry Kissinger was the famous US State Secretary. He was a Jew. He was a Jew member. So
he's a part of UN.
He was also a part of UN. So in the I have said a particular paragraph, right? So by this, do you think America loves Nazi? No, because they love Jews.
Yes.
Nazis, and for killing Nazis, America had funded European countries, other European countries. But what if I say that America loves Nazis? Because for the first Apollo program America made, who helped them? The Nazis helped them. There was a conspiracy theory.
Indirect funding to help
Nazis. There was a conspiracy, or there was an operation called the Operation Paperclip. And through Paperclip, the same Nazis that were persecuted by America, these Nazis were brought back to US, so that Nazis will help America to send their rocket to space. Understood? So the thing that we are seeing rightly now is not the original thing happening. There's very much happening inside it. We are not aware of that.
We are shielded with something else.
Of course, there are many things happening behind it. So these all are controlled by Illuminatis, and that's what currently some people are saying. I don't know whether it is true or not, but there are some people or a group of people controlling us in every manner. For example, and another example is, let me say one thing is the fact that I am a believer in God. I am a Hindu by birth, and I am a believer in God. But of course, we respect all religions. They have their own freedom. But when it comes to Hinduism,
that's what the Indian Constitution tells.
But when it comes to Hinduism, who said that Lakshmi Devi is in this format, or she is looking like this particular? In the photographs we see, right? We have in puja rooms, we have in temples, idols. Lakshmi Devi looks like this, or Shivan, Lord Shiva looks in this form, or the Lord Krishna looks like this form. Who said these things?
I think all the peoples.
No. This was actually painted by Raja Ravarma. All the things, all the puja rooms photograph that we are keeping, these all were painted by Raja Ravarma. So Raja Ravarma's mind was there, Before that, we don't know how they look. His imagination was that. And we are praising that these were the people. They were already actually ruled the earth, or actually ruled it. It was actually Raja Ravarma's mind. So what if I say that the rulers of Tiruvidankor were actually members of Freemasons? They were members of Freemasons. So they had knowledge of these satanic things and other things. I'm not saying that the current Travancore rulers are very much aware of satanic things and they are doing ruling country. I'm not saying that. These are the conspiracies things that
exist.
And of course, it's a fact that they were members of Freemasons, because in Thiruvananthapuram we have a lodge, Freemason lodge, and the Tiruvidankor rulers, even the last ruler, the Uttaranam Tirunal Maharaja, was actually a member of. At the same time, Jawaharlal Nehru was a member of Freemason. Rajendra Prasad was a member of Freemason. Swami Vivekananda was a member of Freemason. So these people, so the rulers,
the people who are just that much ideology and that much thought thinking are a part of this.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we are, and I mean, the foreign policies or the politics that we see happening currently in India, we don't know what's happening behind that.
I think the entire thing is scripted.
Some people say like that, right? For the Apollo space program, some say that it's scripted. You know, some people say it was shooted.
No.
Similarly, in Area 51. Some aliens things are happening. The even the president of America is not allowed to enter Area 51 without proper check pass and roll. So what is happening there? So these are all actually part of these type of conspiracy theories, and we are just seeing the outer thing, and we don't know what's happening behind it.
So it's such a huge topic. So as of all these conclusions and conspiracy theories that were exist in the world,
you currently said, right, the light, our fear goes when we see light.
Yeah.
So actually that was part of we have inside a brain we have called a reptilian brain. That's the ancient brain. This is the oldest brain part. Brain. So that brain contains all the sensory things, that the thing that, for example, when we see snake, we are very frightened. When the light is gone, we are frightened, because the early evolution as part of religion. There are some people called the reptilian people. So those people can then can swift shapes. That's also part of a conspiracy, because the reptilian humans are those shape shifting humans. And they are what reptilian humans.
I think they are the audience.
I was coming to that point. I was coming there. They are the people called audience, right? So they had very much, it's all part of superstitions in Kerala. There's something called when, there was a time in Palakkad when the pregnant ladies were very much frightened to come out of houses, because at that time the audience catches the ladies, and with the help of bamboos, they pierce inside the stomach, take the baby into that bamboo, and they burn it, then they crush it and take the oil from it, and that oil is poured into their ear, and then they become reptilian humans. And that's the way how audience got that power. And in Palakkad also, when we talk with the old people, right, during 2:30, 3 o'clock, sounds will be heard like someone is running around the house. And when we ask to the old lady, they say, doesn't mind about that. There maybe some audience will be there. Don't step out of them. And that audience is actually very much part of their culture. And at that time, the pregnant ladies were killed for this thing. Because of that, because this thing, pregnant ladies were not allowed to step out of their houses at that time, when light was not there, when electricity was not there. And after pouring this, they will start running around their homes, and they will shift their shape to bulls or the cows. And you know how they kill the people? They will go and in night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, they will go and stand aside the old pathways, the
free darkest places.
And that maybe
they have a shoot.
Some people, for example, if I am I'm a ruler of a particular village, you are a ruler of a particular village, and maybe you will be having an intention to kill me and take my land also. Then you will contact one audience and say that you should kill this particular thing, this particular person.
I think they act like a gunda.
Actually,
in English, gunda means
audience were actually the first types of contract killers of our era, and they would give money to them, and the audience will start finding these pregnant ladies. They will take that bamboo water thing and they crush and take the oil and drip in their ears, and they will go and stand at the place where this ruler will walking in night, and in the form of bull or cow, they will stand there, and the cow will be having only 3 legs. So out of fascination, I will go and check. This cows are only having 3 legs. What's happened to it? Then when I go, it should come jump, and the audience will change their shape, and he will crush their neck and kill that particular person. And that's the way how audience killed this sort of thing play. We don't have any evidences. We don't have any newspaper clippings because at that time nothing there was. But these are the folklores. The old age people, old age people say about Odin and all. So that sort of that sort of dark stories are also there in Kerala. So this is all part of very much conspiracy theories and all. So that's what I was saying about the reptilian humans. Some say that Trump is a reptilian human.
Yeah. I see some of the Instagram or Twitter posts something like that.
There are many people. Elon Musk is a reptilian human. Yeah, I don't know whether
that's all what that post means. Now I got.
But I know one particular types of reptilian human. They are those who in morning walk like human and in night they will drink liquor and then they are reptilian human. Change their shape, but other than that, I don't know.
So as of all these conspiracy theories and some of the evidence that some were put forward by some digital evidence that we can all made by the use of the AI, but still there are. Does all this country have each leader, all the continent have some leader, and thus that leader were submitting each and everything to a particular leader that within the earth or within the outside the space? Is there a chance for that?
I mean,
is there any alien might connect with that?
Some people are saying that we have a mirror earth, right? Means exactly opposite what happening there and the 3D 4D type of thing.
I think we want to do an entire topic of that.
Yeah. Some people are controlling us. I mean, even the ex-chairperson of ISRO, Somnath, Malayali, he was of the view that if aliens are coming to Earth, it's gonna be tragic. Because they are very much powerful people, and that's what he was saying. And we should understand the fact that he was a chairperson of ISRO, and he was not just a YouTuber or something. He had so much knowledge. He was saying that if you're trying to contact aliens and if aliens come here, then it's a tragic thing because they are very much extraterrestrial. They have so much intelligence. So maybe there will be someone who is coming here and just looking here. What's happening here? Then we
are just going to Mars or something more.
Yeah, of course. And for them, maybe we are aliens, right?
Aliens, yeah.
For them, we are the aliens.
Yeah, we are just created by the carbon compound. They might be created by and now we are creating the silicon compound for our own technological advance. They might be come with the silicon. They might be originated by the silicon compounds, and they might use the carbon for their own technological advance. There are many possibilities, and that's what some dimensional and something like thought. There are entire new topic that will be discussed with later. Continue with that.
So I mean, it's a very those people who are saying that Earth is the only place where humans can live.
No,
I mean it's a very selfish kind of thing, and also it's a very bad idea to think that in the whole universe or in the whole galaxy we are the only human forms. Actually,
that's one of the things that early people have thought, that the Earth will be the center and
actually
the other planets.
It's a selfish thing, right?
Yeah.
Because there might be other people and they also have the right to live.
Yeah.
There are no problem, right? But when it becomes a problem is when we are trying to contact them.
Yeah.
I mean, why we are contacting them?
There is no need of that.
If they are contacting and
they feel that
just
they are
like
threat.
Just like how we are conquering Mars, Moon. Sometimes maybe they may be trying to conquer our Earth
also. Or vice versa.
If we are conquering their area, slowly we will damage that particular thing because of the pollution, population, hell lot of things.
That's what exactly happening in the space.
But I am not sure whether if aliens arrive here, they might bring a hell lot of change.
Yeah.
And that particular change will be maybe brought in just 1 or 2 days. And we will not be able to tarnish it because they may be very much powerful, right? So in my opinion, we should not go into that sort of to call alien, to contact with alien. US have done many types of projects to contact with aliens. And all,
I think one of the movie called The Three Body Problem. I doesn't remember some of the series. Many of the science fiction series. I'm too much interested in seeing the science fiction movies other than the other things. I think the North Korea, they doesn't remember what actually the series is. The one of the girl that taking the radar and transmitting radio signal to the sun, and they reflect back to the Jupiter and back to some other else, and that signal get received and get feedback with some other messages. That's an science fiction, but still there are chances.
But there are true instances of that particular thing. I've heard about that. You know, the NASA scientists have done that, and they have received back signals from other places.
But many of signals are coming from the black holes. No, from black holes, doesn't signal get given out from that. But as well of the gravitational pull, many of the signal will be diverted to this, and from pulsars and many other things like can emit the radio signals and gravitational waves. There are many of things. Like
Yeah, and that's what the NASA people are saying, right? They are getting signals from outer space to Area 51, and that sort of things are because one alien is there in Area 51, and they are doing research experiments on the particular Area 51, and because of that, the other aliens are trying to contact the Area 51. These sort of conspiracy theories are all over.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, of course there might be some people in the outer world, and they might be checking us what we are doing and
Exactly,
other things. And when it comes to the rulers type of thing, of course, I because you know, a businessman can make a huge impact in our daily lives.
Yeah.
Right. For example, recently the coronavirus conspiracy. You know, everyone is saying that some businessmen had brought some change in coronavirus vaccines, so that the whole people becomes impotent.
Yeah.
Without having no children, you know, if it's possible. I mean, you just assume the fact. I am. These are just. I am not saying this so that you know, people should stop taking vaccines and all. I'm not saying this.
It's all put forward by some people, and we are just talking about that.
Yeah, of course.
That's actually happening.
But I'm thinking, you just assume this particular thing. If we are two rich businessmen and we have the power to do all sort of things.
That's a movie that I just seen. I doesn't remember what exactly the movie. It's like simple scenario that there is a startup company. The company has some other IT people working. Golem, yeah, that's what. And we have that they're testing a particular vaccine on every people without humanity, and they're submitting their own, and they're gonna releasing a particular virus, and behalf of that they're gonna release their own vaccine. But these are just there might be a chance to happen. There might not be a chance to happen.
If we are two rich businessmen, we have the power to do those things. So just assume you are spreading viruses just like anthrax spread. You are spreading viruses everywhere, and I am making a counter vaccine for that. And we two are selling the vaccine that we will get crores of money. And in that vaccine, we are twisting some of the thing
like for extra benefits.
And at that sort of time, people will not even check. You know what is their they want to save their life, right? So they will take that vaccine and they will use it. But what if we are changing some of the things in that, and slowly the people will become, you know, extinct. There will be no more people. Then we will rule the entire world. Right? So these are just, you know, conspiracies. These are the ways one could rule places, right? So these are all chances,
possibilities.
So in my opinion, every vaccine should be checked properly. We have drug controllers in India. We have drug control institutions in India, authorities in India. They should clearly check. For example, a hell lot of foreign medicines are there in India. I don't know whether our authorities are checking it or not. And recently there came a problem that antibacterial resistant problems. Because we are actually very much exposed with the antibiotics. And now new viruses are actually powerful than the antibiotics. And even if we use antibiotics, there's no use. Because the viruses are actually powerful than that. And why it is happening? Because we are just using antibiotics continuously. And do you know one thing? We use antibiotics when we are contacted with fever, viral fever, right? When cold is coming, or the chariya pani type of we use antibiotics, right? We have used, right?
Still, but it doesn't take as much as that.
But that's what that we are hearing, right? Antibiotics are used. But do you know that for cold, antibiotics are of no use. Because antibiotics are used against bacteria.
Bacteria. Yeah.
And this cold and fevers are caused by viruses. But what is happening is doctors are just giving antibiotics. Use antibiotics. Actually, antibiotics are of no use for fever. So if we are using antibiotics, hell lot of people are using antibiotics right now. They are of no use, and our body is actually tarnishing. And one day, if we are using antibiotics really for one particular disease, then that will be coming of no use. So this is the way we all got diabetes also. The LLD company done sort of thing. So our drug authorities, because this is a new era. Now there will be no war like India, Pakistan shooting each other. No war will be there. There will be but bio wars will be there. No. And the bio wars can kill everyone without even inflicting any sort of extra things, because this we call just the cold war, hot war. For hot war we use weapons and all. These are very expensive. But for a cold war type of thing, simple we can kill lot of people, without even spending so much money. Just like America used Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs in Japan.
It's an expensive thing.
Simply they kill lots of people. But what if they were using actual weapons and everything? A lot of money would have been spent.
Right.
And just like how America used biochemicals in Vietnam. So these are actually chances. And Nazis used chlorine to kill people.
Chlorine,
The same chlorine we are using it for bleaching water. So yes, these are maybe
all the things have their own merits and demerits.
Demerits, of course.
When focus on the merits, then will only the humanity will be.
The chemists in India, the drug controllers in India, should be very much cautioned about this. They should check each and every drugs that is coming in India, so that otherwise there might be consequences in the future. So these sort of things are to be rectified.
So I think we just started from the Illuminati and some of the Illuminati that can happen in nowadays, and we just talked all about that, and we just create an entire new universe behalf of that, from the connecting the old age to a new age, and that's what exactly we talked. And hope you are not enjoyed. You must be aware of what exactly that happened in nowadays and from the old age. So that's all about the podcast, and hope you guys got something better than scrolling some shorts. Focus on the goals and focus on your passion. That what make you happy. So that's all about our podcast, and we will be following our podcast. If you want to hear the podcast, you can hear in the Spotify as well as other platform that's available. Stay healthy, and
as we say, health is the wealth, because without health there are no use of wealth, right? If health is intact, then we can make wealth also. But if only wealth is there and no health, then it is of no use.
So we want to balance everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So thanks for watching. See you next video.